Today on Sinder's Playground, I'm going to give you a brief history of The Conjuring, one of the best horror movies to come out in the last 20 years, in my opinion. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to another edition of Sinder's Playground. Today we're talking about, I'll be honest, one of my favorite horror movies to come out in the last 20 years. I am your host, Sinder.
And I'm Jose.
And would you agree with me with that statement, sir?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, not that we've had a lot of horror, well, at least not
good horror.
Yeah, okay, yeah. At least not good horror. I was gonna say big budget horror, but yeah, not good horror, But this though, I mean, I felt like this was like a turning point, like in the genre for me. I'm like, oh man, because before that it was like a slog too, and then we had that. I was like, oh man, it was refreshing. Like somebody did something good, like just really good, And I was like, it was refreshing. But I am, of course, talking about the movie The Conjuring, and like I said, I think the impact it has on the genre as a whole for me, I think it's an important film, and we're gonna talk about it. And I did my research as I usually do, and then finding shit out that I didn't know. So yeah, like I said, here we go, man. The Conjuring. It's a 2013 American supernatural horror movie directed by James Wan. Yeah, you should know that name.
Yeah.
What did you do besides this? Come on, man.
I know I've heard his name like a bunch of times. Insidious?
Yes.
Nice.
Also, most of the Saw films and Aquaman, and he did one Fast and the Furious film. So yes, this guy. So directed by, like I said, James Wan, and written by Chad and Carrie Hayes, brothers. It is the inaugural film to the Conjuring universe that we all know today. Side note, real quick, drop some knowledge on y'all. The original title was called The Warren Files. But, as we know, the film is centered around Ed and Lorraine Warren. It was released in July 19th by Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema. The film received positive reviews and engrossed $320 million against its $20 million budget. Now, that was just a brief overall summary, but now I'm going to start from the roots of this project and how it began until release. That's how this one is going down. So, how it started. Tony D. Rossa wrote the original treatment and came up with the name The Conjuring. And for 14 years, he tried to get this movie made without any success.
Jesus.
He met and became friends with Chad and Carrie Hayes, who I mentioned earlier. The brothers redefined the script and listened to the Warren tapes because they did record several sessions of. Well, they kind of recorded everything, as you see in the movies. And he even managed to contact Lorraine and interview her several times over the phone. Now, in the mid-2009, the script became the subject of a 6-studio bidding war. with New Line Cinema ultimately winning. Well, New Line Cinema ultimately coming out on top. Pre-production began in 2011. Warner Brothers wanted Wan for the project, and um, after that, Vera Famag, I don't know, I'm saying her name wrong. Vera Famag and Patrick Wilson were cast as the leads. In preparation for their roles, the two traveled to Connecticut to spend time with Lorraine. Um, Side note: Lorraine did visit the set while they were shooting the first film, which is
Oh,
kind of
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah. um, uh, so Vera has quoted as saying, "I just wanted to absorb her essence. I wanted to see the details in her way of speaking, her mannerisms, and even her style." What do you call it? I'm pause there for a second. So, what do you think about that? I like it when, especially if you're doing a film based on true events involving real people, if they're alive, that is. I think you should like spend time with them, right? I mean,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
you agree with that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like like out of respect, out of like trying to capture that realism,
Mm-hmm.
out of like a lot of things, I think that's really great that most people don't do. I think
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
very like, and you know who does
Mm-hmm.
and who doesn't, and the ones who do are usually like really great actors and actresses.
Not only that, I think it enhanced the performances because I think Vera's performance through all these films have been excellent. She's a standout person in the films that she's in. I mean, I would agree. I mean, would you agree? I should say.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she nailed it. And
both of them.
yeah, yeah, Patrick too. Yeah, for sure. Um, and like I said, I mean, well, I already told you like the movies they're in are the ones I love the most. Like because those two, I like their chemistry and I like their performances. And yeah, like I said, this was the first one, and I loved it. And the fact that me finding this out doing my research that they actually went there, to spend time with her, and everything like that.
Makes you respect them more.
Yes, makes me respect them even more. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, you know. Um, so principal photography began in February of 2012, lasting 38 days. Shooting took place primarily on Screen Gem Studios, as well as locations in Wilmington, North Carolina. The film wrapped up shooting in April. All scenes were shot in chronological order, which is unheard of. Most films they don't shoot in order.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
the fact that they shot everything in order makes it even cooler for me. Because not for nothing, if I was shooting a film, I would go in order.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, like I said. So moving on, post production began in August of that year. The film ran about 2 hours, for the rough cut. And after positive test screenings, the film was locked for the upcoming summer. The first promotional images were released in November 2012, and a teaser trailer was dropped at New York Comic Con that year. Then, then nothing until February of 2013. The promotional machine began revving up again and was heavy on centering on Ed and Lorraine, in addition to saying it was based on a true story. Uh, the world premiere took place at, I don't know, I'm gonna say this wrong. Uh, Nocturna International Film Festival on June 2013. This was followed by 2 screenings at the Los Angeles Film Festival on June 20th. That's a cool day. At this time. Um, and also at the Los Angeles Film Festival, director James Wan was in attendance and took Q&As after each screening. But the red carpet premiere was held in the Cinema Dome in Los Angeles on July 15th, 2013. Okay. So that's it from the inception into the red carpet premiere, man. But I'm not done there. There's some other shit I found out that I didn't even know happened, which is okay. So I'm saying this wrong. Uh, I'm gonna say Norma S. Norma S. and Gerald Hell French were the owners of the house where this case took place. And after the film's release, their house was constantly vandalized.
Oh shit.
And and the two would sue Juan and Warner Brothers. Uh, couldn't find anything about how this case turned out. So I just literally wrote that in reverse because I couldn't find anything. Um, but I'm assuming one would assume Warner Brothers paid them, out of court. You know what I mean? To just shut the fuck up and like, here, take some money then, whatever.
Yeah, move.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Whatever. But also, though, that's not the only thing. Gerald Britter was the author of the book The Demonologist, a book about Ed and Lorraine, and he filed a lawsuit against Juan and Warner Brothers. And he claimed that he had a contract with the Warrens, that any fictional works, were to be done through him. It? Which is ridiculous, but okay. I guess he saw something in them that they didn't, what you call it? But Warner Brothers did settle out of court with him. That I did find out. So they settled out of court with this guy, for the book or whatever, because like, he wrote the book, and I guess he told them, so if anybody wants to make a movie or show or anything about you, man, they have to go through me and they have to pay me the rights, So I guess, but because I'm sure they didn't know about like, IPs and rights and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, so he was probably just taking advantage of them. What you call it, but but yeah, so that was the last thing that I wrote down that I found out, man. So questions, sir, I have for you, and then you could ask me or give my take on it or whatever. First question: first time seeing The Conjuring. What's good? One, did you see it in theater? And two, what were your first thoughts after the film was over?
I definitely saw it in theaters,
Mhm.
and I liked it. I loved it. I was like, "Yo, this is great. I want to know more about these people."
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder what else they have up their sleeves and stuff.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know years later how many more movies would come out
Yeah.
from it. But yeah, I liked it a lot. It was very reminiscent of. I know it's not the same, but The Exorcist and stuff. I'm like supernatural.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it again.
What you call it? Well, after you saw it the first time, did you think they would keep going with it?
No, I didn't, because I didn't know. I don't know. Usually I get let down with
Sequels,
remakes and movies and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know if they're really gonna do it, but they did.
And did you think it would branch off into so many other fucking films? Because it's not just them now.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I know. I didn't, but good for them. At least they're making movies out of it.
What do you call it? I mean, honestly, at this point, I put them in the same league as like Friday the 13th and like Nightmares and
Oh yeah, 100%. They have a whole universe.
Yeah, like I said, they're in that league as far as I'm concerned. Oh, do you have a favorite film from the entire universe?
The first one.
Same. Same. That first one, bro. It's a classic to me at this point, even though it's not that old, but still, it's a classic, man. And last question: do you want to see more?
Yeah, I haven't seen the latest one, but
You should watch it.
yeah,
It's on Max.
okay.
It's on Max. Yeah. I'm surprised, dude. I watched that as soon as they dropped. I watched it on Max, bro.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't been catching up with movies that.
Yeah, man. I mean, because like I said, it's dealing with them. So anything dealing with them, like I'm on board more so than anything else, man. And I admit, I've only seen the movies with the Warrens. I've never seen Annabelle, The Nun, or any of that other crap. I just like the Warrens. So I just seen their movies, which have been all been good. All been good, man. And again, like I said, big ups to those two actors, Patrick and Vera, for embodying Ed in the ring. Because I mean, fuck, they're fucking awesome with their performances and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, to me, not that it's the same thing, but like I like it like I like Dragon Ball because you know how I say they can just keep making Dragon Balls to like end the time and like I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't care. They can keep making them. Keep making them. I feel like that with this. Like they can keep making these. You know,
I agree.
as long as Ed and well, I should say Ed, but like Vera and Patrick, you know, still want to do it. You know, yeah, keep making them. Um, it's probably the last great horror movie I've seen. I mean, anything after this to you has been just as good or better.
I think I'm on the same boat with you on that. Like anything with the Warrens, because it's like you're following their
journey.
Their journey, yeah.
Yeah, you know what you call it, man. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, I like all their movies, but the first one is still my favorite, and probably always will be. You know, yeah. You know, and it's like I said, it's cemented itself in pop culture at this point and everything like that, man. So what do you think though that Ron, he's done these and he's done the Saws? Yeah.
I think he has a knack for horror movies.
Yeah.
I mean, Saw, I haven't seen any of the newer ones and stuff, but still, like you could tell by The Conjuring that he has an eye for horror.
Mm-hmm. And he did. So wait, and he did Insidious, and there's like 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he does have he does have a thing for horror, man. I mean, he's from Japan. Japan is great at horror, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like very few people. I just say very few Americans, I should say, are great at horror. You know, in my opinion, just my humble opinion, man. The Japanese know how to do it, bro, and then they do it good. You know, but I know, but we do have some gems over here, though. So yeah, that's all I got, man. For The Conjuring, what you call it? I telling you right now, I will never do a whole Conjuring universe episode because that would be probably like 3 hours long. So, but if you want to see me tackle their next, The Conjuring 2, slide in my DMs on Instagram at Sinder666. Post about this very podcast and post about my YouTube channel, which is wacky. You never know what I'm gonna do or what you're gonna see. Yeah, you can reach me there for comments or suggestions or questions. Throw it over to this guy.
And I'm Jose. You can follow me on Instagram at JoseCE90. Yeah, let us know. What's your favorite Conjuring movie out of the universe?
Yeah, man. What you call it? So yeah, let us know. Contact us on our socials, man. And if you enjoyed what we're doing here, we appreciate your support. If you could just give us that positive rating, the 5-star rating, and then follow us on our socials and on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Really help us out and keeps us motivated. That being said, till then, I am Cinder, and we will talk to you guys later.
Peace out.